imperative that whatever you declare to SARS through your filing, it aligns with what you have on your bank account, whether it's a business bank account or a personal bank account, because SARS does and can access your bank account with or without your consent. Okay, so when you're finding whatever information that is in your annual financial statements is the information that will be required when you're filing for your CIPC returns and for your SARS returns. Hello, Dumela. Hi, guys. Are you an aspiring entrepreneur? Are you an entrepreneur in making, or perhaps you might be someone who's just looking for business opportunities, business networking opportunities, or business funding opportunities? I go by the name of Funjabulo Okanjengela, and I speak everything business opportunities, compliance, finance, business empowerment in general, and many more. On this video today, we will be discussing tax. Tax season is upon us, and on the 1st of July 2025, that will be the commencement date for our tax season for the year. I hope you're ready. On this video, I will be discussing the importance of filing tax returns as a business. However, if you have interest or you'd want me to create part 2 of this video, giving a detailed explanation on how to file tax returns as an individual and the importance of filing tax returns as an individual to get your tax refunds, because we know why you guys file those returns, do comment down below and I'll do just that. Right, let's get to it. If you are a business person, or rather you have a registered business with the CIPC, you are automatically registered with SARS. This is how you generate your tax number. You do not have to register separately with SARS. Take your business documents and go to SARS and register for you to be eligible to get your tax number. It happens automatically because CIPC and SARS work hand in hand. What you have to do though, you have to activate your tax types on your e-filing portal, and that will be, you will be registering your tax type as advised by your accountant or your tax practitioner, because they would know which tax types are necessary for you to register or to activate depending on the type of business you're doing. It's different for every business. Right, let me get to it. Trading businesses are aware that they have to file annual tax returns on annual basis because they know that they have to be compliant with SARS. You do not want to find yourself on the other end or on the bedside with SARS. We know that. So it's very imperative for you to file annual tax returns from time to time. What you do is, if ever you are you've never filed for tax returns and you're a trading business, first step you do is to compile your annual financial statements. Whatever information that is in your annual financial statements is the information that will be required when you're filing for your CIPC returns and for your SARS returns. So what you do is you go to an accountant, they help you file your annual returns. Then whatever information that's in there, it's the information that you will be using when you're filing your annual tax returns with both the CIPC and SARS. Businesses often file returns when they want tax clearance, which is not good. It is very important for you to be compliant just in general with SARS, So whether you want a tax clearance or not, just make sure that you file your annual returns on annual basis in order for you to just know where you stand with SARS, in order for you to be compliant. Okay, then if ever you are a business that has not been trading or has not been making money, you are still eligible. You are still obliged to file annual returns for SARS, because SARS will not know whether you're making money or not unless you file your annual returns. That's how they know how your business is performing. That's how they know if you've not been making money in your business or not. Then perhaps a lot of you might be asking, how do you then file returns if you've not been making money? What we do is we file nil returns. There are returns called nil returns. That's when you substitute every figure that is required when you're filing annual returns with zero. So do keep in mind, guys, that with every declaration, with every annual return, it is imperative that whatever you declare to SARS through your filing, it aligns with what you have on your bank account, whether it's a business bank account or a personal bank account, because SARS does and can access your bank account with or without your consent. Okay, so when you're filing nil tax returns, make sure that if ever you have been using that particular account for personal use, you disclose that to SARS so that it does not question you. Disclose that prior to them having to question what amount is in your bank account, because it will constantly reject the assessments until you disclose what's right. Okay, so also with businesses that are trading, make sure that whatever that you have declared on your financial statements does align with what's in your bank, because you cannot lie to say you're making 100,000 a year while you're making more than that. That's going to catch up with you. Okay, lastly, I'd like to explain the consequences, or rather what happens when you do not file your returns. What happens when you do not file your returns? You accumulate or you get charged penalty. From the time that you're required to file your returns, you're granted or given a grace period of up to 7 days. After 7 days, that's when then you start to accumulate interest. You start to accumulate interest through penalties charged by SARS against you. Okay, what that means: if you do not file your tax returns, you'll be charged up to 250 rands worth of penalty, and that will accumulate monthly, not even annually, but monthly, for as long as you're not filing. So in a year, in a space of a year, you can find yourself owing SARS up to 3,000 rand, not what's payable to SARS from you or by you, but just through penalties. So that's that's the importance of having to file returns, even when you're not making any money. To just declare or file those nil returns, it is as imperative. So people often find themselves owing SARS millions or other thousands of amounts just based off of penalty. So my emphasis is the importance of having to file your annual returns. It's not complicated as long as you know someone who knows what they're doing, and you also educate yourself and understand what they're filing for you, because anything and everything that is filed in your name you will be the one who will be questioned far more than a person who filed for you. However, if you are in need of any of those services, do keep in mind that I can assist and I do render those services. Thank you so much for lending me an ear. Please do make sure that you file your tax returns at all times. If you have any questions, do ask. I am available. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.